right. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk Photography. And I already want to start off by saying how grateful I am to have all of you tuning in every week, Thursdays, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. It means so much to me. And as you tune in, let me know where you're tuning in from and what city, what country, whatever it may be. Let me know in the chat. Okay, the live chat is up. It's running. It's good to go. Let me get this little thing going so you can see your chats pop up. All right. Let me make it even bigger because I want to show you guys off. I want to show you guys off. There we go. Put it on medium. Let's put it on wide. No, let's keep it on this. Yeah. There we go. Put it on tall so you can see everybody's chat. All right. Now that we got that out the way, first and foremost, every week we talk about cameras, photography, lighting, and so much more. And this week, actually, it wasn't even this week. It was literally today. I saw some amazing news from Viltrox. I really want to talk about that because they've been making some serious moves in 2025, and it looks like their foot is still on the gas for 2026. And it's great news for Sony E-mount and Nikon Z-mount. And we're going to talk all about that and anything else you want to talk about. Let's get to it. All right. So let's get on over here and do the intro. All right. So first, let's get some business out of the way. Okay. First, let's see right here. If you have, let me see, make sure I have my media stuff pulled up. If you haven't already, you already know what I'm going to say. Shame on you. Whoops. Shame on you. There we go. Go ahead and follow me on all the socials. I am, of course, on Facebook and Instagram, the Threads, Tickety Tock Tock. And I'm on Twitter or X or whatever the name will be next year. You go ahead and follow me all there. And all of my socials can be found in the description section of this video or in this video or even on my bio on my YouTube channel. So you go ahead and check all that out. All right. And wait, what happened to my? There we go. Anyway, Mushy. So appreciate that tuning in. Thank you very much. Drunk Wedding Photographer. I like that name. That's actually pretty cool. If it's on your business card, it's pretty savage. Now let's get back to the other things I had over here. Okay, so let's see. Now, I'm not sure if you know, but this week I started a new podcast, which it's still on this channel, but it's at a different time, and it's for specific individuals only. Specific meaning members of the channel, okay? There's a little button down below that says join. You could support this channel by joining the membership. It's like $2.99 a month or something. And I have monthly live streams just for members only, and they get access to the replay, obviously, if you can't make it to the live stream. I just hosted the first episode, and it's called Coffee and Cameras. It's on Monday mornings in general, roughly about 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I just wanted a fun way to connect with the members only, talk stuff about cameras, and kind of get our day started geeking out over this thing that we love. Okay. So, but as I said, when you become a member, you actually get access to that podcast, and you also get access to the photography Discord, which is for members only. I had it open for the last week of 2025. It is closed for anyone to join. Now it's only available for members of this channel only. And again, it's only $2.99 to join this channel. And trust and believe, every dollar that's ever given in support of this channel is reinvested. Okay, all these cool little lights right here, and those cool lights right there, and this cool mic right here. All of it is reinvested into this channel, so it allows me to further dedicate time and quality to content that I hope you all like. All right. Let's see here. I already starting to see. I see. Hey, whoops, my stupid thing here. Malcolm Walker's in the house. Good to see you. I hope you're getting your stuff set up and in order. I'd love to see more Sony stuff coming. Ironically, the news today about Viltrox affects Sony shooters. So this is in a positive way, a very positive way. And we're going to talk about that later. So, but good to see you, Malcolm. And I'd love to see you in the chat. And, later on, if you want to jump on, we'll make that happen as well. All right. Let's see here. I already said that. Oh, just to let you know, my most recent videos, this one is my comparison, a use case comparison of the Nikon ZR versus the Z6 III. Okay. And really, I wanted to answer a question that I've gotten often, especially when the ZR dropped, like, which one should I get? Which is the best, hybrid, et cetera, et cetera. I have my own opinion, but I felt, let's put all the cards on the table. All the specs and tech stuff is already out there, so I don't need to repeat it. But in this video, it's really about use case and what works for your workflow. All right, so that video is live on my channel right now, so feel free to check it out. And then I have this video right here, which is about my first immediate impression using the Nikon Z24-70 f2.8 version 2 lens for the very first time. So I shot this runway. It was the last runway or fashion show I shot for 2025. And I literally just got the lens in my hand and I shot the runway show about 30 minutes later. And it did an awesome job. You could check out the photos in that video on how well it came out, how well it handled moving subjects. Definitely interesting lighting. And I used off-camera flash to light the models on the runway. So you could check all that. That video is on my channel right now as well. Okay. Hey, Fajar, good to see you. From Asia. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. International. So those are the two latest videos that I have. My goal is to post 2 videos a week, go live more. I'm sure many of you have noticed I've been going live a lot more. I want to create, my goal is honestly, this is the goal, a piece of content every day, a video, whether it be a vertical video going live or a long form video every day. That is it. I posted something this morning. I'm going to post something from this podcast, I'm sure, and just keep it going, keep it coming. Okay. And hopefully you all like it and it makes sense. We'll see clearly. Where is there anything else? I already mentioned that. Of course, if you're in here, make sure you smash that like, share, and subscribe to this channel. It really helps out. And if you're curious about when my next video drops, well, you don't have to be, because if you hit the bell icon, you will get notified when that next video drops or when I go live. Okay. So otherwise you have to actually come back every single time to see if I drop something new. And trust me, every week I'm dropping content. I'm telling you, so far I've dropped a new video every day. And that's how I'm trying to keep it at. I'm trying to keep that tempo. Roy Bigsby in the house. And we have, look at that. We have a channel member in the house. Look at that there. Okay. John Ishii in the house, internationally known. That's what's up. Thank you very much for tuning in. Very much appreciate that. I'm trying to... Yeah, we got Tommy Brantley, 8007. Hello, everyone. You're doing a great job. Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate that. It's a one-man band. If I only had 2 extra arms, and I don't have to look down like this because I'm busy looking like a DJ in the UK over here, touching everything. I'd love to be able to just talk like this the whole day, but I'm pressing buttons and everything. So I appreciate that you appreciate it. Thank you very much. And we got Fajar coming back. Viltrox just dropped another lens, 56. I did see that. But from what I experienced, even using their flagship APS-C lineup, it's still tack sharp on full frame. Yeah, I think you're right about that. It's like, I mean, I already try. I mean, as many of you know, I'm a huge advocate for Viltrox. Just what they were able to, what they have been doing, especially the past year, has been really incredible for Sony and E mount and Z mount cameras for Nikon, and you know, on a live stream, I bought 2 of their lenses live and still own them both very happily. So I'm really impressed. So this 56 mil is intriguing. I'm mostly concerned with full frame lenses, honestly. I hate doing the math. I don't feel like doing the math. Okay. If it's an 85, I want an 85. Okay. So, but there's some great news coming. We'll talk about that later on. And Roy, thank you so very much for the awesome words and support. Thank you very much, man. I really appreciate it. And Vic is in the house. Got my admin Vic, right? He said dust lint on left shoulder. Oh shoot, I got dust lint on my left shoulder. Let me brush it off. Hold on, let me put on the right music when I do it. Yeah, let me brush it off. Okay. All right, I'm corny, so it is what it is. Now, we got Big Boy 36 saying, "What's up?" You know, thank you very much, brother. I really appreciate that. There, I do, and thank you, Vic. Look at that. She got admins noticing dust on my shoulder. What's going on here? You know, times is rough. You don't even notice it, but it's good to have some support. Thank you very much, Vic. Robert Daniels. Oh, okay. Well, my bad. I like the Big Boy 36. You dig? It's like, hey, who's that behind you? I got a big, that's what's up. Thank you very much. And we got Fajar starting 2026 with reassembling my whole year setup. Dang, that's what's up. It sounds exciting, actually. It sounds exciting. I got to do a talk about reinventing your photography. Not like starting from scratch, but like, continuously seeking for areas of improvement and working on it, right? We got to really talk about that. I've noticed a lot of photographers, especially the older we get very dogmatic about what we enjoy, what we're comfortable with, what we're really good at, and we forget to expand. We forget to evolve, right? And we get comfortable, quite honestly. So we really need to have a good talk about that, especially with this new year. And I swear this year is going to be amazing. I am doing what I can personally in my personal life to do just that. And we all fall. No one's perfect. But you got to have that willingness to want to expand in your photography in order to keep up. If it's just a hobby for you and you love talking to geek stuff and then nerding out over specs and yelling at your screen about Open Gate or something, hey, I tune in every Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We could do it. But for those that are really trying to improve, try to expand, trying to evolve, and keep up with the ever-changing industry landscape, guess what? We're going to need to we need to start swallowing some big pills. Okay, pause. And what I mean by that is like taking ownership and like where maybe you needed more concentration in, maybe you didn't. What you've been doing doesn't work today. Because I realized that big time, and I have something to share with you guys. I might just make it a dedicated video and share it. But we need to evolve. 2 years back, I made a video saying photography alone will no longer cut it. And I hate to say it, but hold on. But I was right. I said back then, I was like, you better, photographers, if you're trying to make money, get into video. And shoot, now you need video, marketing skills, know how to do AI prompts. You gotta know how to do a lot. Okay. And have a price they can afford, so, but boy, oh boy, I'm just saying, like, how things have changed from that video from 2 years ago. And I was just saying, hey, look, you need to get into video to shoot vertical content. And like vertical content, they expect, are you kidding me? That's so basic now to be able to do that and produce that. That's why we're yelling about open gate and high res video and all this other jazz so that we could do it even more effortlessly. It's not even a question anymore. Anyway, let's get back to some of this here. We got Warren Dub C. Hey, Rob, I assume you are using the new dual stream for YouTube. Is this why I see 2 streams on my feed right from you? Yes, indeed. StreamYard does it, and YouTube Now does it directly through their YouTube studio. So, yeah, StreamYard does a really nice, efficient way of handling it for me, and I like it because some people watch only from the shorts feed, and then some people may be watching from the regular vertical feed, and that just allows me to try to reach and touch and invite others to the conversation more than I would have if I'm just streaming vertically. My numbers show it. So thank you, StreamYard. Thank you, YouTube. And it's long overdue, quite honestly. Long overdue. Roy says, okay. Oh, it's hot over there. Over 42 Celsius. That is. Wow. Oh, wait, let me see here. 42 Celsius Fahrenheit. Dang, 42. Wow, that's 107 degrees here in America. That's crazy hot. I wouldn't be wearing this sweater. Roy, I'll tell you that. King Crux says, you were right, Rob. Hey, thank you very much, brother. I appreciate that. I was just trying to let people know that, like, I saw it from a mile away, and I want to. Obviously my goal was to just give people a heads up. You got to get into video as well. Don't give up on photos. That's not gonna. Why? And learn that video. Get comfortable with it. And your cameras. The camera brands are telling you what time it is. When their cameras, you could pick up almost any camera brand right now. Spend $2,000. It's gonna do great video. Do great stills. The choice is endless. And not only that, your choice, you can't go wrong. If you pick a Lumix, you pick a Canon, a Sony, or Nikon, you're good. $2,000 and up, you're good. So, anywho, we got Mozman in the house. Awesome. Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate that. I see you. And for Jar says, I ended up buying the older 8200 Pro, but I add another light. To the mix. The new 8100 Pro seems like an upgrade if I'm feeling a tinier setup. You know, my thing is like with the compact flashes and everything like that, like 100 watt. When it gets to 100 watt, I mean, now I'm at like V100. I'm also like, speed light territory, etc. And it's just, I don't know. It's like, what do you call it? It's, there's a phrase. It's like, dang, that word. I'm trying to think. It's all, now we're just, worried about like, I don't see a huge improvement. I would, me personally, 8200. You want something small, compact, speed light size, meaning it can fit in your camera bag without with no problem. Give you punch, TTL, all that stuff. 100 watt. Now you're still gonna, at 1 p.m. Is 100 watt really gonna do something? I don't know. Please let me know. I love the form factor. I like that it's the size of a soda can. That's pretty dope. But I also have to think about, like, can it carry? I know it can't do what my 8600 could do, but I want it to do like enough. And for the price, let's see how much that thing is. Let me type that up. 8100 Pro 2. Let's see. $300. Are you kidding me? I'll just get the 8200 Pro for $20 more. It gives me twice as much power. Same color back screen, good battery life. I don't see the value in the 8100 except for portability. That's just my opinion. I'm just a messenger. Okay. Let's see. We got big boy. I'm going to pick up speed light photography again. Oh, this is a great time for speed light photography. It really, really is. The options are incredible. So I personally think this is a great time for you to get back in there. Godox is absolutely killing the game with giving you diverse options. And guess what I have on the way, folks? I already got confirmation. I got the shipment tracking. I'm going to be testing out the Godox IT, what is it? 30, not 32. I think it's a 23. Hold on. Let me make sure. I don't want to sit here and misquote myself. All right. Let's go to the messages that I got the shipping, and it's going to be for the, hold on, the IT32 plus the XR trigger for Nikon. Okay. So here we are, T32. Alrighty. Here we go. Bingo, bango. Yes, I'm a human. All right. So this is what, here, let me share this with all of you out there. Right here. This is what I have coming already on the way. The Godox IT32 TTL mini flash. And it does have an X5 trigger, which allows you to shoot it off the camera in your hand or on a stand. That's sold separately. Here it is right here. This is it right here. Let's go to this. Okay. And it has this, and by magnet, it sticks to the base of this hot shoe. And then when you want to shoot off camera, you just take it off. So I'm going to be testing that out. The point of my point is, it's a great time to get back into flash photography. So many affordable options. You don't need to spend $1 million to get $1 million result anymore. Absolutely not. And if you have any questions, big boy, you just come DM me on Instagram, Robert Silver Photography, and I will be more than glad to help you out and tell you hell no or something, whatever it is you need me to do. Okay. Let's see here. There we go. Ooh-wee. I really appreciate everybody being super live on this chat. Where did my, okay, here we go. Roy says, Westcott have some nice new strobes. Could be time for me to change. Westcott does. I just saw like they just dropped a 250 watt one, I heard. So I'd like to take a look at it. I don't know anybody over there, but maybe I should reach out. That'd be cool. Except V100 is like twice the power here, unfortunately. Yeah, the V100 is, I have the V100. I love it. I think it's a great speed light, right? 100 watt, compact. That's why I'm not really looking at the 8100 Pro 2. It looks cool, but I have that V100. It pretty much does what I need at that power. Mazman says, speaking of flashes, I got one of the Godox IT30s, and I love it. Smaller and lighter than the Nikon SB400, and worked great for indoor shots over the holidays. Cool little unit. You know what? Hold on now. Hold on. I got something for you. All right. All right. Yeah, right here, Mazman. I know what you mean. This little thing right here. Let me get it. There we go. This, awesome. Awesome every time. I love it. Okay. This little thing is still, I just grabbed it from my camera bag. I have a shoot tomorrow. I want to use this as fill light just to show you, how awesome this little powerful thing is. It's so powerful. So if anybody just needs something that you could throw in your pocket, literally, it's powerful, and it works with your X3 triggers and stuff like that. I'm telling you, this thing is great. This thing is great. This thing is great. So I concur, Mazman. Godox 8200 is my go-to. Yeah, I love the 8200. And in my most recent fashion show for video, I used the 8200. That's when I used the 24-70 f2.8 version 2 Z lens. Okay, so I love that 8200, and the battery lasts me a long time. It didn't even go down 25%. Fajar says, I think most people that value 8100 IT30 and smaller compact lights are mostly event folks. Guilty as charged. Guilty as charged. I do like this for behind the scenes, candid photos and events. And then obviously when the fashion show starts, I turn on the big boy, right? But just to have it in the hand and just be able to do what you need to position it and compose the light is pretty awesome. But you're right, guilty as charged. Roy says, since strobes grew batteries, yeah, speed lights are just about obsolete except for as a backup. Uh, yes, speed lights in particular, but this little flash, it has a unique spot. It has a really cool, unique, fun spot, and it's on what $79 at most, if not $69. It's one of the two. So, but yeah, I see your point though. And John Ishii says, just sold my Nikon 7200 f2.8 and my 100 to 400 yesterday. Good Lord. Okay. Gee. Whoops. Any particular reason? Oh, is it your old, like an old version? What are we talking? F mount or what are we doing? Big boy says, I've slowed down, got the ZF, and really enjoyed with manual focus Voigtlanders. There you go. You know what? Sometimes the slowing down is a lot more fun. Let's be honest. That's why I made that video about I regret selling my Nikon ZF, because that's what it forced me to do, was slow down the process of capturing photos, and it made me actually. There we go. Yeah. So why did my thing go to mute? That was weird. There we go. Okay. So I totally understand that decision. I totally understand the slowing down and how fun that could be. Oh, we got Manila Martin in the house. It's okay. You're not that late. It's, what is it? 30 minutes in. We're good to go. We are good to go. And Mozman says, I love my 8200 Pros. Also, Roy? Well, hey, you know what? I would, if I was going to get a second one, I would definitely jump on that 8200 Pro 2. Absolutely. When you start to see the advantage of their new touch screens and like the colored grouping and all this stuff, it's really nice. It's really has a lot of good benefits. It's hard to go back to that old school. John Ishii said, what does he say? Just never use Roy. Found out even in the dry box, there was a bit of haze on the elements, even though not in use and in the dry box. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that, because sometimes you don't know until you know, and sometimes that's just a bit too late. You know what I mean? So thank you very much for sharing that. Where is it? Where's my, there we go. I'm actually almost caught up. Who would have thought? Nope, no, I'm not. No, I am not. Let me see. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. There we go. Hoping more lens will be modeled after the new 24 to 70. Yeah, 100%. I do too. I mean, I didn't think I would enjoy that lens that much, especially when it first initially dropped. And then when I realized like those little improvements were actually very big, huge, impactful improvements in the performance and actually enhanced my workflow, boy, I had to change my tune. So I can't wait to drop my full review of that lens, because it's really nice. I liked it. I like it a lot. Let's see here. Fujifilm GFX never used. Oh shoot, that's what's up. And then we have John Ishii coming back. I'll be 70 this year. It's time to unload. At 60, you stop collecting. At 70, time to dump. Words of wisdom. Words of wisdom. Write that down, folks. Jeez. I feel you. I'm not, I mean, I couldn't say, I can't say I feel you because I'm not gonna lie. I have like at least a couple lenses. I'm like, how much blood do I need to sell in order to get this lens? So I get you there. Roy, I'll use my Z6 III. Love it. Oh shoot, hell yeah. That's the way to go. That's the way to go. I love that camera a whole lot. Let's see. We got let me see if there's Roy said, well, let me undo that. My problem with tiny speed lights is this glacial recharge times. Yeah, you do get glacial for sure at like half and maybe yeah, and for sure, excuse me, at full. I got the best recycle time at 1/64th power, and I was indoor, so it was absolutely way more than enough power to light subjects. So I totally get what you're saying. Um, but my how I approach using this is much different than a full-blown studio strobe, right? So just keep that in mind that at studio strobe, I may be at a quarter power or something like that. Especially since I'm gonna stop down to 5.6, 6.3, or even f8. But this is much different. So I open up the aperture, use a prime, open it up to 2.0 or something like that. If you're capturing candid portraits, and at 64th power, you're getting more than enough light, more than enough light. Okay. So yeah, you just got to work within the restrictions, unfortunately, the physics, the restrictions of this bad boy right here. Um, Johnny, she said no phase one. Yeah, I always wanted a phase one when I first started because I saw like some major editorial photographers using phase one and stuff, and I was like, oh my god, I know I'll be professional and I'm the absolute ish if I can just get a phase one camera, medium format or something. And then like I don't know, 3 years in or something, I just like then it was the D810. I was like, if I could get the D810, oh, I thought the clouds would part for me, the sun would shine, and the birds would tweet. Fajar says, I've been also slowing down, other than increasing quantity. I treat sessions like how it was with film rolls. I even only, you shoot at 16:9 ratio now. Dang, okay. And then we got Roy in the house talking about smash that button, okay? You already know what to do, people. All right. Here we go. That's for Roy right there. Okay, because he already knows what time it is. Smash that like. We have 22 people in here. Can I get at least 10? Just 10 solid likes. Okay. For you and you only. That's right. All 24 of you only right now. I'm offering a free limited time offer of smashing that like for free. Come on now, smash that like. Let's see here. Dang, this chat is lively, folks. I appreciate that. I'm just trying to keep up. Let's see. Great comment. Oh, hey, Roy Bigsby says haze can be from the helicoid focus or from mold. Mold is a lens killer. Oh, indeed. I haven't had that issue, but I've heard of that for sure. Let's see. How about the new Westcott? Vic says, how about the new Westcott FJ250? Ticks many of my boxes. Yeah, that I saw that. Let me Westcott 250. Let's see. Westcott 250. Yeah, there we go. Boom. Boom. All right, let me switch to this. All right, let's take a look. AC DC battery, touchscreen, 250 watt. I mean, it looks like a small version of the 8200. I mean, let's be a little honest here, okay? The body looks very familiar to an 8600, excuse me. But I'm sure it's a great strobe. $399. That's actually not too bad because if the Godox 8200 Pro 2 is $319, you're getting a studio strobe that gives you 250 watt for $399. So that's not really horrible. Okay, that's not really horrible. Up to 850 full power flashes. That's pretty good. And the recycle time looks pretty good. Look at that, almost a second at full power. All right. Interchangeable battery in case it has a case and rapid box adapter and USB cable. Oh, a power adapter. Oh, so it has a rechargeable battery and power adapter. If it lets you plug into the wall as well, that is pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Here's the box. Yeah, I can't complain, quite honestly. Looks good. I wish I could get my hands on it, okay? But it is what it is. Okay, that's pretty cool. It looks solid. The price is fair. And we have Chinmay CK selling my Nikon Z6 III with new Sony for the Sony A7 V. Which one lens should you suggest to buy first as an all-rounder lens? Oh boy. I'm not the most familiar when it comes to Sony. Oh, okay. Thank you so much for tuning in from India. But I'm not too familiar with Sony's lens lineup, but let me say this. What kind of photography do you want to shoot? That's probably where you should start first. Because I could recommend all sorts of lenses, but let's start with how you plan to capture images. Okay. And are you doing photos or video? That's the other question. Let's start there, Chinmoy. Chinmoy. Okay. Let me know. I said my phase one. Roy said I sold my phase one back last year. Haven't been needing it. Boy, you know what? The urge to want to have a phase one died a long time ago for me. So let's see. We got Normac. We got Normac Jets and 9743 talking about the Nikon 24-120 f4 is a great portrait lens. I said it and stand by it. That's what he said. He's standing by. He's standing on his square. I'll tell you, that is a magnificent all-around lens. I can't wait. They have to do this, but I can't wait for like a 24-120 f2.8. Now that would be the ultimate Swiss Army knife of a lens for Nikon Z mount. 24-120 f2.8 would be great. But who knows? Maybe from my from my mouth to their ears. Okay. Roy says, unlike most Chinese strobe makers, Westcott is very conservative on their output specs. Oh, interesting. Well, they have a solid name. I mean, you should lean into it, and people trust the Westcott name. But there's plenty of competition. Okay, in terms of quality strobes at a $300-$400 price point, that's for sure. So they need to, quit all that. Chinmoy says, I'm thinking of buying the Tamron 28-200. Would it be a good decision? Well, again, it's what kind of photography do you plan on shooting? Is it just everyday walk around photography? That clearly covers a wide range. You could also look at the 35 to 150, which I heard nothing but great things about that lens as well. But the 28 obviously gives you 6 more millimeters of excuse me, 7 of width. So it really depends on how you want to shoot with that lens. Okay. I can, but so far that's a pretty good all around kind of a lens. But if you need low light conditions or to cover images in low light conditions, and you said Tamron 28 200, let's take a look. All right. Tamron 28 200. Okay. Yeah. So that's a variable aperture from 2.8 to 5.6. So you're going to lose 3 stops of light or, excuse me, 2 stops of light. And that's a lot of light. That's 4 times less light when you're at 200. So if you're shooting outdoors and like your kids' sports and activities, that may not hurt you really, right? Outdoor with all plenty of light. But if you're inside a lot, shooting weddings, etc., that will hurt you. That will hurt you, guaranteed. That will be annoying when you have to jack up the ISO so high. Let's see here. Big boy. Awesome. It's me, Robert Daniels. Have not been in. There you go. Okay, look, we got all this. So Normac says, when they bring that out, you better be ready to sell your soul. Yes, if they do come out with that 24 to 120 f2.8, it's going to be sold out. That is a guarantee. That is a guarantee because I have my 24 to 120 f4. I bought it when I bought the Nikon ZF, and it's if I had to choose a lens to travel with, that would be a go-to. It's lightweight, covers great ground, sharp as hell. Yeah, it's an f4, but for the kind of work I'd use that lens for, I am totally fine with that. Okay. I could do from portraits, headshots, studio work, do so much with that lens. It's really a great lens for it to be about $1,000. Chimoy says, I'm thinking of using it for traveling. Okay, I can see you for traveling. I'm just letting you know if you go inside of like a cathedral indoors at 5.6, your ISO is going to be floating somewhere high. That's a guarantee. So keep that in mind. I'd rather go with a constant aperture of f4, right? An f4, a 24 to 105, 24 to 120 lens, and have a constant aperture at f4, then have a variable aperture from 2.8 to 5.6. That's just me. Okay. At least my exposure, my settings will be pretty consistent throughout the range of the zoom. Think about that as well. I try to avoid, variable apertures unless it's like kind of a kit lens thing. Because it's really annoying when you extend your zoom and then like you lose a stop or two of light. That is so annoying. So then you're floating with like auto ISO. Let's see. We got Roy says 3 things I hate in lenses: variable aperture, external focus, and plastic lens mounts. Roy, it's as if we were just speaking as one, because that's literally what I was saying and what I was thinking. And quite honestly, it's the one thing I would want to avoid is those 3 factors that you mentioned. I couldn't have said it better. Thank you very much. All right. All right. Let me get this drink real quick. Okay. So we're going to take a quick 30 seconds as I sip on this good old hydration, some libation. Okay. So here we go. Hold up. Quick interruption. We'll get back to the video in just a second. Now, are you tired? Here we go. Let me check my audio. I don't know, but this audio is acting up on me. Cool. Let me know if my audio is okay. Yeah, I hear it there. And then okay. And then for some reason, when I played my video, things started acting up on me. What's going on here?
Hold up.
That's let me see here. Got this, got that. Let me see if I have the right input. I could have the wrong input, and that could be totally fine. What is that? Oh, that could be it too.
Hold up. Quick interruption.
Yeah, that's so weird. Anyway, Anyway, I'll deal with it later. So, I do see some comments coming in. We're about to get to the main topic of today, by the way. Sound is back. Okay. Okay. Thank you, Roy. Yeah. When it cuts out when I'm trying to play a video, but then I didn't hear the video, which is very interesting because I normally have no issues when it comes to the video or like the input. So that's why I'm very curious what in blue blazes is going on. Okay, let me see if this works. Let me see if this works.
Hold up. Quick.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Okay. Boy. I don't that. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll deal with it. It is what it is. Okay. I just saw a message from somebody I know. Audio is fine. It dropped out for a second after the video clip, but it's back. Cool. It's a bit out of sync. Okay, no worry. Thank you, Vic. I appreciate that. Let me know how I am right now. I should be good to go because I'm not messing with that video anymore. Okay, so hands off. Malcolm says, I saw it start with the audio and stopped. I see it say hold up and drag and drop off again. I'm on a regular YouTube. Thank you very much, Malcolm. I appreciate that. Hold up, says the video. Okay, well, you know what? We're going to hold up on that video because if I can't hear it, it is absolutely pointless. And it makes me want to hold up on that video. Okay, that is for sure. In the meantime, if you are looking for a very awesome way to support this channel and you like conversations like this and you want to make sure that they stay alive, become a member of this channel right now. It's only $2.99. I only made one tier. I took away all the tiers, just one simple tier. It's less than a cup of coffee, and it helps me to keep dedicating more and more time to the content you enjoy, hopefully. All right. If becoming a member is not in your plans, no worries. Simple thing is to smash that like, subscribe to the channel, of course, hit that bell so that you know when I go live. By the way, let me ask you guys this. If on Saturday I am shooting with a model, okay? Would you like me to go live during my photo shoot with this model? Let me know. Should I go live Saturday evening, well, late afternoon with the model? What say you? Saturday, I'm going to be shooting with a model, and I plan on using this flash. That's it. And I'm going to be using the Nikon Z24-70 f2.8. Yes, version 2. Version 2, folks. With the, I believe, the Nikon Z6 Mark III. So let me know, should I go live for all of you out there on YouTube? All right, so let me know. Oh, Vic said 7 like the 20. Okay, all right. Well, and then Roy says live is good. Okay, all right. I will plan on that. So if you want to, as I mentioned earlier, make sure if you want to join that live stream or know that it does go live, you got to subscribe and you got to hit that bell icon. I didn't make up these rules. You can go blame Twitter. They have a not Twitter, excuse me, YouTube. Go harass them on Instagram or something. And it's really annoying for me that like doesn't matter how many subscribers you have, that when you go live, they don't get all notified. I don't even know what the deal is with subscribers anymore, you know? It doesn't mean they all see your video. You know, it's like it's really weird. So the best way is that bell notification. Anyway, Vic, what did you say? He said, does Photo Me Ike go live when he shoots a model? There's your answer. Oh, shots fired. Okay, I see that. Dang. Woo. You got it. Got it, Vic. He's like, whoa, you want to mess with the big boys? You want to play in that sandbox? You best do what they do. Okay, I see you. I see you. I see you. Oh man, shots fired. Yeah, you're right. I need to go live every time, and I will. But I'm also gonna record behind the scenes as well. Okay, I'm gonna record behind the scenes as well because I'm doing that full review of that lens of the Nikon Nikkor Z 24-70 f2.8 number 2. All right. So, but yes, I'll do that. Thank you, Vic, for holding me accountable. Anyway, now let's get to well, first let me get you to my, there we go. There we go. We got that. And then let me switch it to this. Where is my main event? Oh, gee whiz. Okay, here we go. Nope, that's not what I wanted to talk about. We're going to talk about something else. We're going to talk about something else. That's the 56. Here we go. Here's what we're going to talk about. All right, now let's get to the main event. Oh my God, I totally forgot that sound turns off. Anyway, let's get to it. Let's get to it, folks. All right. Here we go. So, Viltrox just dropped another bomb on us because guess what? They just don't know how to stop for some odd reason. And they talked about that they will launch a 50 mil f1.2 and 85 f1.2 lab lens this year. I think this is fantastic news. I really, really do. At first, Viltrox was like a cute little third party like option, and now they seem to be a serious player. They ended last year with some phenomenal lenses, 50-1.4, 85-1.4, 10, 135, 1.8, a 16 1.8. I mean, they've just released tons of great lenses that you could honestly take seriously for a third of the cost from native brands. And now they just seem to, their foot must be stuck on the gas because here they are. Here they are. Okay, so let's first hold on. Let me see. We got a couple comments here. It says trying to get a Sigma 28-105-28 to 4. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That would be good. That's a good all around one right there. 28 to, I mean, a 2.8 to f4 would be great. I had this lens on my Nikon f5 before getting my pro lenses. This lens was a war horse. I think that would be a phenomenal pick back upper. And King Kruk saying Viltrox is going in. Yes, sir. And Vic says, thought I saw 56 f1.2 Viltrox dropping too. Yeah. No, I wanted to talk about these specifically. I'm not, let me see what that Viltrox other one is. Maybe it's a, these two caught my eye specifically just because they're dropping 1.2s and they're full frame. Okay, that's why I'm saying that. I believe the other one is APS-C. Timeless photo shoot says I find it very hard to trust Viltrox because of past experience with 85 mil. Was that the 85 mil 1.4 pro lens? Let me know. I'm curious because I heard, I mean, I've seen and, watched and read a lot of reviews and a lot of people like that lens. So I just want to know which one is specifically, and did you use it yourself? Okay. Let me know. down below in the live chat. All right, let's go back to the. All right, so Viltrox has again taken Reddit to discuss their promise, the 50-1.2 and the 85-1.2 lenses. Okay, so I'm very excited about this news. I'm glad I didn't get the 85-1.4. Now it's probably going to be about $1,000, like the 35 was, if not like $900 for that 80 for or around that price for those two lenses. Is wished for the new Viltrox E-mount 2x teleconverter, yada yada yada, and new 50-1.2 and 85-1.2. But here's the thing. Viltrox says working on compatibility now between new 2x teleconverter and the Sony 100, yada yada yada. Right, but this is the thing. Most exciting of all is that the requested 50-1.2 and 85-1.2 lenses are on Viltrox's roadmap, and the company expects to release them in, well, this year. Okay. Assuming that they deliver these lenses, they're more likely going to be available for Sony E and Nikon Z mount, just like the other pro lenses. They're going to probably more likely drop it for E mount first, and then a month or two later, they'll do the same thing for Nikon Z mount. But okay, the biggest point is that you're going to have pro grade lenses, f2 1.2 lens options for full frame Sony or Nikon for a fraction of the price, because the 85-1.2 for Nikon is going to hit you at $3,000. This I'll put maybe I'll put a couple bucks on it, but I'm thinking it's going to be floating around anywhere between 8 and 1,000. That is literally a third or more off. That is ridiculous. That is a Black Friday on top of a Black Friday deal. So you're going to get that image quality, that price. It's really hard to beat. And it's going to open up options, creative options for so many photographers who may not have the budget of $30,000 but be able to produce the qualities as if they do. Okay. Now, of course, the real question is, how is the autofocus performance, and of course the sharpness too. But I'm pretty sure these lenses are going to be sharp. But the autofocus performance compared to the native, and is it worth that $2,000 more price tag? Okay, I got the 135 f1.8 from Viltrox, and yes, I can say and admit that the autofocus performance isn't as snappy as the original, but it's a fraction of the price. It's $899. So I got 89. Did I get 89? $899 worth out of that 135? Absolutely. Did I get the performance of the native Nikon Z mount? Close, but not all the way. But thankfully, my subjects generally don't move when I'm using a 135. I'm not shooting sports. I'm not shooting these huge tracking situations. Let's say, sports and moving objects, etc. So I'm using them for portraits. So I'm pretty safe, and I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. That's just me. Let me know what you think in the chat, of course. All right. Let me see here. There we go. Let's check some of these. Okay. All right, Malcolm. Let me share this. Very cool. Malcolm, I'll send it over to you now. Okay. Boom. Malcolm, check your email. Check your email. All right. Check your email. However, when it did work, it was fantastic. Yeah, I can see that. 100. Oh yeah. Okay. I didn't see that other message. Oh my gosh. Okay, I appreciate everybody's activity. I'm trying to keep up. Oh, so is that Guac Photography, Robert, good comparison with video between the Z6 III and the ZR. I will mention your video on the next selective imagery live stream next Wednesday. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I will I gotta make sure that I subscribe. Well, I'm sure I subscribe. Let me make sure of that. But I want to make sure I see that live stream. I like to support other people's live stream. I've been getting into it. I've been watching Cam Mackey's, Kofi's. Who else goes live pretty regularly? Of course, well, Jared Poland, I listen to his podcast, but I try to. I actually like listening to live streams. People who think you shouldn't be doing live streams and you're a content creator, you're floating in 2010 or something. I don't know, but it's first of all, it's an easy way. It's a great way to connect to your audience. Vic, King Kruk, Big Boy, Maz Man, Mark Man. Like I have so many regulars that I literally connect and stay in touch through live stream. You have to live stream. That's a fact. Not every day you need to, but you have to do it. It's a phenomenal way to build a community. A lot of times I stream and it's the same people that tune in and say, hey, what's up? What's going on? Etc. And that's who I do it for. I hope to have 50 people on my stream one day or 100 people. I really do. But it really is satisfying to see the same core group and slightly grow. And that's only because of live streaming. So I'd really like to support others who live stream. And you could always email me and let me know, hey, Robert, I'm going live and I'll go smash that like button and everything else you need us to do. Okay. So I appreciate that. I really do. So thank you very, very much. I think I lost my place after all that yapping. Where was I? Oh, so thank you for Guac Photography. Thank you very, very, very much. And let me turn off these banners. It's going off crazy here. Okay. Oh, let me nope. Edit it and I'll just do turn off that and bang. Save. StreamYard's really stepped up its game with all these like cool little customizable functions now. I could just put my banners on time, like a timer, and we just sit there and because I always forget to turn it off, you know. Anyway, where was I? Beep, 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 beep. Okay. Yes, I did use it for the f-stop working on my Nikon Z7. Okay, dope. That's awesome. Timeless photo shoot. And timeless photo shoot. However, when I did work, it was fantastic. Okay. Yeah. I like Viltrox. I mean, I'm just a fan. Maybe I'm just a fanboy. They've never, well, actually, correction. I think they have sponsored, like they gave me the 8mm or something, I believe it is. The 4.5 lens, little pancake lens, awesome lens for $100. But after that, they never. I asked to do a review on the 85-1.4. I asked to do a review on the 50, and or the 35-1.2. And let me tell you, nothing but this is what I heard in response. All right, folks, it's really shameless, but it is what it is. I heard a whole lot of quietness. All right, but it is what it is. Roy says, unlike Nikon's 24 to 200 mil, most Viltrox are good value and very usable lenses. Absolutely. As I said, you take it for what it is. If you're expecting Nikon Z mount, pro grade performance, and everything else, you'll be upset and frustrated. But you're buying it for $800. You can get an 85-1.4 lens for $598 for your Z mount full frame camera. What is there really to complain about? All right, they wanted to perform just as good as the $3,000 85-1.2 lens from Nikon. Like, come on, folks. Oh, he says I now have the Nikon 85-1.2. Okay, timeless photo shoot. I see you. I see you, brother. But I should be picking up the 24-70 Nikon S2. Yes, that lens is awesome. Hold on. Let me go grab this lens. Oh, wait, before I grab this lens, I didn't even see you down there, Malcolm. Let me go ahead, brother. Get all my situation. I want to welcome to the channel a longtime friend of Let's Talk Photography. Let's play this good old music and welcome in here. Yeah. All right. Welcome, Malcolm. How are you?
How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, brother. All right. Sorry about that. I know it's absolutely obnoxious. I hear you. Okay, hold on. I am having that's the issue I was talking about. And that is
Yeah, I lost you there.
awesome.
There you go.
Look at that. Oh my God. Sometimes the simplest thing, all you got to do, hold on, let me just play something with. I got to try this out.
Hold up. Quick interruption.
All I had to do was unplug and plug it back. I mean, for heaven's sakes, out of all the technical stuff we worry about every day, just unplugging and plugging it back. So a big L for me. All right, let me play the L music. Okay, so anyway, how have you been? Whoa. It looks like you're muted. Did you mute yourself?
How about now? Is that better?
Bingo.
There we go. I guess it put me on mute.
Yeah. Because I quickly played that music and it mutes everybody. Sorry about that.
It might have done that.
Yeah, you're good to go now. How have you been?
Okay. I've been doing good. Been busy. I think last time I spoke to you, I told you, I was going to be moving here this spring, so I've been trying to get rid of some stuff and going through stuff. And the studio is a disaster. As you can see, I got more stuff stacked up on my desk working on it. But otherwise, I've been doing good. Been selling some stuff. Got camera equipment I've been selling, moving it out, waiting for hopefully some big announcements from Sony this year to see what's the newest, what's not to come out, and hopefully make a decision what my next camera will be for the next few years.
So, what do you think about that A7 V?
I really like it. The thing I just don't. I've been an R user for a long time with the Sony A7R and the higher resolution. Now, do you need it? No. It's already 33 megapixel. It's pretty close, and there's not that much comparison difference when you really look at a 24 megapixel to the 42 megapixel. But it pretty much ticks all the box, but the 4K 120 being on a crop still. So
I that's one of my biggest gripes recently. Like when I recently bought a second camera, Lumix S5 Mark II X.
mhm.
And I just am just so fed up with 4K 120 cropping, right? I'm like, I don't mind if we need CF Express Type B, that's cool. If it needs to be slightly larger to handle the format plus a fan and all this other stuff, like just give it to us. And I don't need it to be unlimited record time. I don't know who's
Yeah,
recording,
no.
you know? And it's like, just give us that option. And I'm tired of cropping. I hate bringing a 24 and now it's filming at 35,
Yeah,
right?
I love using my 85 millimeter for slow mo, but it's the original 85 1.4 Sony G Master is noisy with autofocus, but in 120 and you're not using sound, it works great. But on my FX30, it crops in at 1.6 and on an APS-C already. So you're going into I can't remember the math. It's like a 150 something,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, well, that's just not, it's not practical. So I've been, I've actually got my FX30, which I'm live on right now. It's listed for sale. I've got pretty much all my APS-C stuff. I've sold one lens already and an A6000 I had. I'm trying to get rid of all of it, and I was really set on getting an FX3 or the FX2.
Mm,
Relating to the FX2, but it's got the same problems with being. It's a great. I love the cinema body format that Sony came out with the FX series,
yeah.
but and I use it in the heat without a doubt. I need that cooling capacity that the regular cameras just can't handle. So but there are rumors of an FX3 Mark II coming out.
Mm,
There's rumors of an A7R R6 coming out. So I'm kind of waiting. I've put in a wish list with, as some of you may not know, I'm a Sony advocate on their community forum. So I have a little bit of an input channel that I use for that. I've talked to several Sony reps and told them what I'd want to see in a new camera, and I've built and told them what I want out of a dream astrophotography camera is what I really want to see. So I not only told that to that audience, but also to a Sony executive at dinner one night. So I'm hoping that somewhere out there they're thinking, hey, it'd be a good idea to build something like that. Let's see what they can do. And I'm kind of just waiting because I'm going to buy a camera. I'm going to hold on to it for 10 years like I have on my other one.
well, let me say this. How would you feel if it was 4K 60 and not 4K 120?
Well, the A7 V, I was very tempted because it came out. I basically had the money to buy it right now. And I'm like, okay, the A7 V it ticks like all the box. And it's like, it's right there. It does 4K 60 full frame, which is a huge improvement. But I have that already with the FX30 in the APS-C.
Oh,
Because it does APS-C full frame or the full sensor readout of the APS-C at 60. So I don't have that problem currently on APS-C, and I full frame's nice, but I still like the APS-C format.
gotcha.
But yeah, it's like it's if I buy that camera, there's always going to be that one reach over I want to go to, and I'm like, I just wait for the reach to what you want to get. Be patient. I am not in a
Totally.
need for it right now.
I agree with that strategy for sure, and that's why like I'm patiently waiting for a Lumix S1H Mark II. I think that thing would be a soul shocker when it does finally come out.
Hmm.
Because if the S1 Mark II has like false colors built in, that's a serious awesome sign that they're taking it up a notch for cinema tools.
Yeah.
And that is such an awesome tool. Um, and it's already open gate, obviously, etc. ARRI log, picture profile, and shit
Mhm.
and stuff like that. So that I'm waiting, patiently waiting too, because it has to be 4K 120 full frame, zero crop, open
It,
gate, 8K. That will
it's
literally
it really seems like at this point that the fact that the prosumer lower level cameras, not like your entry level cinema cameras that you're paying 6,000 plus for.
yeah,
Yeah, it's great they're giving us 4K 120 in them, but they haven't unlocked it to the potential of what they, of a full frame readout on it. And at this point, it just seems like it's just kind of expected
you mean with
in
the
what
open gate? You mean or
well whether open gate or 4K 120.
uh,
If speaking, like they haven't.
let us use the whole sensor?
Yeah, and like I said, I don't need to record at 4K 120 for an hour. That it'll do. Give me 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Buffer that thing.
it's funny. I was thinking like, give me 5 to 10 minutes, I'll be all right. I mean,
Yeah,
because when you do the math, 5 to 10 minutes, you have a half hour.
yeah, I know, and you're never going to use a clip that long on slow mo. Or you might in certain applications, certain work, you
You
might have something like that. But
put your
for what we're
audience
doing,
to
just
sleep.
yeah.
Listen to watching a half hour of slow mo.
I mean, what was the movie they did that they filmed it in 4K or in all 120 frames? It was like a Batman movie, wasn't it?
Really?
That
Oh, was it the
or
Dark Knight? You said
what?
Batman.
Yeah, it was
Batman.
one of the. I can't remember. Maybe somebody in the audience knows exactly which one it was. No, it wasn't. It wasn't Batman. Batman did something crazy with the. I can't remember which movie it was now, but it was they
Oh,
kept changing the crops.
Ang
And
Lee's Billy Lynn's Long Halftime Walk used 120 frames a second.
Yeah, it was some movie like that. I can't remember what it was. I hadn't watched it, so I'm just speaking from knowledge that I have. But
Yeah. Some people have. Jeez, I would never have thought about using uh that. Hell to the no. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm sorry, I was looking up Google. I was like, wow, that's insane. But yeah, I'm looking forward to looking at cameras that finally 4K 120 isn't a thing. And I think like they're constant what you said about prosumers, they're constantly balancing lightweight, price point,
mhm.
and form factor, right? Because to be able to handle that 4K 120 without an issue, you're gonna need a bigger camera, right? You're gonna need some really good internal thermal control, CF Express Type B, and people cry about the slightest little enlargement of a camera body. I'm like, what are we doing here? And they wanted to stay this size.
Yeah,
You know what I
I
mean?
know.
And it's just like, come on, I mean, really? There's really all the cameras are about the same size. Can we
Yeah,
all of them are about the same size. You pick up a Lumix, a Nikon, or whatever, they're all the same size and they're all freaking awesome. But there's still those little things they're holding on to for some odd reason. Like you said, let us use the whole sensor.
yeah, you know, I'm looking at my next major photography camera, and I even have considered selling the FX30 and getting rid of the cinema body and putting it into like an A7R5 or an A1 Mark II. You know, something like their flagships that do incredibly good video, and have that as my main camera. I feel I'll probably throttle back from my side business a little bit with
Mhm.
this move, and I probably just you know, I haven't done YouTube almost for at all for the last year. In fact, I actually have this guy on my desk that I just picked. Well, I have it borrowed
Oh,
uh,
nice.
from yesterday. I picked it up. I cleaned it. It's a buddy's camera right now. It's an RX10 Mark IV. Uh, I'm going to do a video on this because there's something interesting happening with this camera right now. Now,
Very
this is
cool.
an RX series 1-inch sensor camera that has a 24 to 600 lens on it.
600?
Yeah,
Dang.
and it
What's the aperture?
uh,
What? Oh, hold on now. You better excuse yourself. This is a family show, okay?
F4 2.4 to F4. So
To
it's
F4. That's actually super solid for 600 mil
right, and this camera was sold in 2017 for 1699.
at that
And
time.
for some reason, it's discontinued. For some reason on eBay, these things are going for over 2 grand.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so it's like, are people looking for this kind of form factor still that everybody kind of forgot about? And um, so I've made a couple posts on the community forum about, you know, what we should see in an RX camera like that. I think they should go to like an APS-C style sensor that's a little bit better than the 1-inch. But um, I got to go to Dallas tomorrow night, and I'm gonna take it to shoot some stuff.
Okay.
I got some some of
Do
my
you
kids.
post on Instagram or?
No, not regularly. I
Oh,
don't.
I was about to say
But
tag me. I'd love to see it, but
yeah, I could. I'll see what I get done. But if anybody here, you know, is listening, this thing is basically an A7 III in the body of the for the Sony full frame, but it's as far as the menu, the functionality, everything this thing does, but with the 1-inch sensor and the fixed lens that, you know, doesn't come off in
Mm,
like a pro style body,
body.
and it
Those
does
are
four.
big.
Yeah, and it's a 4K 2430p camera. Um, you know, like I said, it's almost 10 years old now,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden my buddy told me he got it, inherited it from his grandmother, who had a bunch of camera stuff, including he's supposed to bring me a Nikon. I think it's a 7200.
Oh, it's
Um,
okay.
that I was going to go through and just check out for him, but he's probably going to sell it. He wants to sell this one. Of course, I had to lowball him on it like crazy, but I don't know if I, you know, want to buy it yet, but maybe we'll see what happens after this weekend. And I'm gonna, like I said, I want to make some content on it, so
Sure.
see what it's about. Because why are people paying $22,000 plus for a 10-year-old camera that's more than what it was sold for? That's kind of
Well,
unheard of.
Well, that lets you know where it's like how film cameras has like a huge how can you say
Yeah.
that? Resurgence,
Mhm.
and so the prices are sky high. Someone sent me a photo of an old film camera that I don't even know if it works, but that son of a gun was $300 some dollars, and I was like, it
Well,
would just sit on my shelf, but
I've
somebody
you
wants
know,
it.
I started collecting film cameras, and I've gotten rid of a few now because, I've I need to get rid of them. I got a problem. Uh, I just
My name
sold
is
2.
Malcolm, and I have a problem.
I have a photography photo of a gear problem.
Yeah.
I did a count. I had 12 different camera bodies in my studio here the other day, and I would never thought it was that high.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I can't help you because I'm afflicted with the same thing. Welcome to
But
the group.
I've got an '86 Minolta Maxim 7000 that's like mint condition, that with a pile of lenses for it. I had two. I actually had three Canon AE1s,
Mm,
and I sold. One was basically a parts camera I sold. And I had a program and a standard Canon AE1, and I was going to keep the Canon AE1 program because it was silver and it was just a nice looking old camera, classic look.
totally.
And then I walked into a pawn shop the other day, and they had a Canon F1 down there in the glass, and it was like $70. And I did a quick Google search on it, like eBay's popping up $200-300 for this body. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm buying that. I bought it. Uh, I already had a bunch of Canon glass from the AE1 stuff I had, so I put it all together, and I'm like, this Canon F1, if you're not familiar with it, it's a tank. It's early '70s. All mechanical. There's a battery in it for a light meter that you don't have to have to function it. And uh, what's really cool is the view. This is like the first and I'm sure Roy probably knows about these things, but the viewfinder slips off. They had 9 different focus plates you could put in it
Uh-huh.
for what type of shooting you're doing. But the viewfinder slips off of it, and you can stare down at it from your waist level and see your image like in reverse perfectly. It's like a TV screen down there, and it's all optical.
Well,
It's crazy,
some of
crazy looking.
I look for cameras like that, and honestly, it's to live on my shelf. I'm not gonna lie, but it's really I love to give a nod to where things have come from.
Yeah,
Malcolm, let's catch up on some of these here comments
yeah.
because we got a gang of them now. Big Boy 36 says, "What's up,
Hey,
Malcolm?"
what's up? What's
Okay,
going?
we got Roy saying we all focus too much on cameras and lenses these days. Most cameras now are very compatible, and they are. They're all great. You really like
They are.
it, like you said, like if it just gave me that 4K 120 full sensor, we wouldn't be talking. Like that's all I need. And it's amazing how just those little that's the only big differences between certain brands. Oh, this one has false colors, this one doesn't. And it's like not a huge thing, but for some people that is the thing, you know.
Hmm.
Um Roy says sometimes the little things on cameras can be annoying. Yesterday, I spent the morning complaining to NPS about the ZR power button not staying on. Ooh, you were wagging your fist at them, I bet. Okay. And Roy also says, I like big bodies and big cameras. There you go, brother. Hey, man, to each his own. Okay. To each his own. All right. So, let's see. Roy says, I can't have too many cameras. Absolutely. I think we need to pull up a chair for Roy because clearly he's been afflicted and he needs to be a part of some help group. Okay. And he also says the light meter is the first thing to go on old cameras. Okay. Actually, the first thing to go on mine was my eyes. Okay. So I still have that Nikon camera sitting right there looking pretty in mint condition. Here, let me go get it. I'm sure you know what it is. Give me a second.
Yeah, I've got one Nikon camera, and it was my grandmother's film point and shoot, and it's sitting on my shelf. Oh yeah, there you go.
But trust and believe it, I only shot one roll. Eyes were shot. I swear to God, I shot masterpieces and they all came out blurry. And then I put it in a black and white roll and never used it ever again. and it is what it is. Okay.
I've got so I know I've showed it before. I think to you that old Zeiss icon from the I think it's early '60s, my model, but very interesting camera. It's all mechanical. It's got a leaf shutter in it, and um, for some reason, I just love shooting that camera with film. And I love clicking the button and just going black. And I was like, oh, hope you got it. See you in a month. Uh,
The
and
process of it,
I've
huh?
got I've got 2 rolls of film I need to get sent out and developed. I've been wanting to do that here sooner than later, but I just keep having other things I do instead of shipping it out. Uh, so I've got that. I've got some rolls from my Minolta I got to ship out, and the Minolta is an all automatic camera, from the '80s. All those the new to the electronic stuff, and I like film just being basic and mechanical, and that's what I like about the Zeiss camera. So I ended up buying the lenses that they made 3 different lens options for it, with other than the 50 millimeter it came with. So I've got 2 of them now. I ordered a third, and they ended up sending me a wrong lens. I had to send it back, and it was just a return. And sorry for your
Mm.
luck. Um, so I'm still waiting to find the 85 millimeter, because I've got the 35 and the 115 millimeter
Oh,
for
okay.
that film camera. But they made an 85, and they made 2 versions. They make a 3.2 and an f4. I don't really care which one I find, as long as I find a clean one.
Well, I know that the topic today wasn't film cameras, but
Yeah,
what did you think about the news of Viltrox coming out with the 8512 and a 5012? And first, more than likely, it'll be for Sony E-mount. So that's right up your alley. What do you think about that?
it's great seeing all these different other options come out to light, and to see what they have that they're trying to do to bring their brands up. Because you think back to Viltrox, you're thinking it's the dollar store lens, and
100%.
that's where the brand was at, and that's where your mind goes when you think of Viltrox, and or you're comparing a Canon L lens, or a Sony GM, or what's the Nikon
Nikon Z-mount,
Z. Yeah, and it's like, but the fact that all of them, and that Sony is opening up their system to say,
Yeah.
here's how it works, here's what you need to do to put a lens on it, have at it.
Have at it, 100%.
And all it does is sell bodies for Sony,
I
because
thought that was one of the smartest marketing moves they ever done, was just open up the mount, go for it, and buy Sony. And they really were like, as long as we get them in the Sony body and they have so many options, anybody at any
Mhm.
price point could happily shoot great content with
Yeah,
Sony. I thought that
absolutely.
was smart.
Being that the F12s, they're they're gonna they're gonna sell them. They're gonna go through like crazy, I think, and I think it's gonna show that you
Especially
know,
under $1,000.
and the focus on video isn't about sharpness. You
That's a
know,
good point too.
it's never is. So when you start looking and shopping lenses, and you want to build yourself a little cinema kit on a $3,000 body, you can have a really nice little setup without breaking the bank, and have incredible results.
Totally, and covers so much range.
Yeah,
The 35, they'll have a 35 1.2, 50 1.2, and an 85 1.2, and they have 1.4 options as well if you just wanna save a couple extra bucks.
right.
That's crazy. In 1 year or so, they literally flipped the script. They're gunning for Tamron and Sigma.
Big
You
time. Yeah.
know, they're gonna be the 3 options are gonna be, do you have a Tamron, Sigma, or a Viltrox lens? Which one? I'll get it? And that is
Hmm.
great for us photographers. It really is. And,
Yeah, it gives you all the options in the world, and uh, it fits everybody's budget. It gets a lot more people out there shooting, and I think a lot more people are getting back into cameras because there's so
totally.
many options to do it now.
Is 150%. And I'm actually proud of Nikon the past year or so really opening up their lens. I mean, who let's be honest, who's Viltrox, right? And
Hmm.
matter of fact, they're part of the L Mount Alliance. And here they are coming out with not just okay glass or optional glass for beginners, like pro grade glass. And that's pretty impressive. So shout out to Nikon for finally kind of like learning a little lesson from Sony. Canon definitely is is about as tight as a you know, I'm not even gonna say it on this family channel, but they're pretty tight with their RF mount, and I'm like, I don't know why you're shooting yourself in the foot. We don't wanna buy a $3,000 camera or $5,000 camera and then a one lens for $3,000. Like, that
Yeah.
that really pigeonholes who's your clientele, but it works for them, I guess, and I don't think that's smart, not for longevity. And if you
Yeah.
want people to wanna move into the mirrorless system, you gotta make it like different financial tiers for people to get in.
Well, the other thing too is that, and this goes back to becoming a videographer. If even if you're just a photographer, like you were talking about earlier, and you've said it, and I've known it for years. But the videography, they use different lenses. They want a look of a lens. You want to find a lens that drives the story you're trying to tell, and it's
Totally.
not about pure sharpness and the best glass you can get. And if
Matter of
if
fact, the
if
pure sharp ones, ironically, look too processed, right?
It does, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
if you're
like,
not taking a clean, crisp photograph, in video, it doesn't matter. You've got too much motion happening for anything to be tack sharp, and unless you're really doing detail shots, or you have, like I said, a sole purpose of getting the best detail you can,
yeah,
it, you want some sort of you want that layer of depth into the video. That's where
and some
photography is very two
imperfection.
dimensionally,
Yeah,
and videography becomes so three dimensional in its process.
100%. I
And
couldn't.
and the companies like Viltrox and was it some of the little I think it was Roconins that they're coming out with that
Oh, yeah.
autofocus lenses, and the sewer rays,
Surays. Yep, yep, yep. I love Surays.
they're they're hitting it out of the park with giving all these different options, and for video, it's
Yep.
where it's going to be at.
Yeah, if you're Sony and APS-C, they have autofocus anamorphic lenses, okay? That
Hmm.
is pretty awesome, and they're under $1,000. So
Yeah,
that's pretty remarkable, and they're built out of metal, all right?
yeah. No, I've got the 24 and the 50, which are currently for sale, but I don't know where they're at right now. They're somewhere over there, but they're 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 a chunk of glass and metal. They
Yeah, it's
feel
well built.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nothing cheap about it. I mean, even the first anamorphic I bought from them, their first Kickstarter, that thing's built like a tank. I'm like, dang, the quality is there? Now, is it the most sharpest? No, but it looks the most cinematic.
Yeah.
And it looks
Yeah.
great when the light hits that lens. I'm like, "Damn, this thing looks sexy." So, you're absolutely right. Let me catch up with some of these comments. Of course, Roy says, "I don't suffer from gas. I enjoy it." Hello. Okay. And then, Roy says, "My favorite film cameras are the ones with digital backs on them." And he says, "I love fast glass, but most people may find the short depth of field a problem." Yeah, it's kinda ironic. I don't always shoot super wide open on my 51.2. I generally float around f2.0, and, but it's nice to know I have that much extra light if I need it, let's just be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
And
He
he
goes,
I'm sorry, the last thing he says is, "Unless I have an ugly background, I mostly shoot portraits and headshots at, 5.6," which makes a lot of sense. You wanna make sure their face is in
all the way in
focus.
focus. Yeah.
And, Big Boy says, "I'm all for cinematic 24 FPS, baby." So, yeah, 100%. Some things just work? Some things just work. Now, Malcolm, I am at my wit's end. I have to skedaddle, unfortunately. I have to skedaddle. Hey, are you gonna tune in next week? Maybe you can, hopefully.
I'll do my best. I can't promise it just yet, but I've we got busy at work. I've got a crew of guys underneath me, and I had to put them all on 12-hour shifts next week. So
Mm.
that's going to happen for the next 3 months. And I'm I'm not the kind of guy to say, "Oh, here's a bunch of work, and have fun for the next 12 hours and go home at 5." I'll be there with them probably, but
Shout out to
at
you.
7, I can catch in like I did tonight. I left at 7. I was able to catch in and sit down with you. So
All right, so what
uh,
I'll do is I'll just email you anyway,
okay,
and I'll just put them in my hey, I'll email you the invite and then message me first, like, or say, "Hey, I can jump on," and I'll look
yeah,
out for you, obviously, but I'll send you the
okay,
invite anyway. How's that
that'll
sound?
work. That'll work. Yeah,
Awesome. All right. I got to wind this puppy down
Alrighty.
because I got to eat. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Good seeing
now,
everybody. Thanks for having
yes,
me.
thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you, Malcolm, for jumping on. Yeah. And go follow Malcolm. Hold on. Let me do a little shout out for you, brother. Let me make sure I got my media and all this other.
I'm moving over the next 3 months locally, so it's going to be those slow transition moves. I stopped making content this whole last year, kind of, but I think this move will be good for content.
Awesome. You know what? I've promised myself one piece of video every day, whether it's a short form or long form or live stream. Every day is my goal. So far, I've been smashing it, and I am excited to have you back because I'd rather refer Sony questions to your channel, and then so because I do get those questions, and I'm like,
Yeah.
I could try to help. Matter of fact, I had one earlier, and about a lens, and I'm like, so I gave him kind of a general answer. So
Yeah.
I'll refer him over to your channel. Does that sound cool?
Sounds good, bud.
Awesome, man. All right. Well, brother, thank you so much for tuning in. And most of all, thank you for being part of the show. Okay. So let me knock you off right now. Feel free to stay on or adios. But everybody, let's say goodbye to Malcolm Walker.
Hey, guys.
All right. So with all that said, I got a skedaddle. Oh, thank you very much, Manila Martin and Big Boy. Thank you. Say have a great evening. And he liked the show. Everybody's liking the show. And I hope your weather does get better. What is it? Sending Bermudaful. Oh, Bermudaful. I like that wordplay. Okay. But nonetheless, let's get right to it. All right. So you know what this means when I turn on this music. This means I need to get the heck off this live stream, okay? My voice is starting to hurt. I need to eat, and I need to drink some more water. So on the way out, make sure you go ahead and smash that like, share, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And most importantly, hit the bell icon so you get notifications of my upcoming live streams and content. And one of the best ways to support this channel is by becoming a member right now. Click that join button down below and you will get access to our members only photography Discord chat and my monthly live stream. That's right, my monthly live stream is called Coffee and Cameras, and it's for members only. All right, so with all that said, I'm Robert Silver, and until next time, keep shooting, stay creative. Thank you for watching.